destroys everything.
Recalibrating trajectory. Primary couplings engaged. Secondary systems hot. Bridge secure for jump.
The survey ship's last transmission 40 years ago contained classified data. The coordinates are unstable. Don't delete the sequence yet.
The survey ship was not lost. It discovered an artifact, prompting immediate classification by the Empire. The captain received it.
Varyn's action cost us nothing. Hull collapse at 15% would have made us debris.
It might change what Varyn can be used for.
The ship has 7 hours maneuver fuel enough to enter, explore, and leave nothing remaining.
Wait for what's inside. We go inside.
Ashbone. Activate primary floodlights.
The TitanScript interface requires this crystal. We cannot communicate without it.
It is negative 40 degrees outside. We have 90 seconds without EVA gear.
%40 recognition confirmed. It reads arrival authorized, but the threshold warning is incomplete. We need to move now.
Void signal return. 400,000 kilometers from dark matter reef, moving toward reef at velocity no Imperial or Rebel drive system produces. Void signal inbound. 400,000 kilometers current velocity puts arrival at reef in approximately 90 minutes.
Copy. The arrangement, it's not random.
Look here. The viewport just picked up a correlating grid. It's a map. The towers are marking coordinates.
What happens at the other 6 systems if Varith is the template?
If Varith is the template, the Void uses a dying star's consumption as fuel to...
None of this files it.
The tower holds the messenger, placed here by Astreus. It has waited 10,000 years for us. For the
Void returned 7-point-second cycle. First cycle ended by Astreus alone at cost of permanent diminishment. Astreus incomplete. Cannot stop second cycle alone.
How does a team this size interrupt void sphere construction? 240 ships failed at Verath.
What does interrupt mean?
There is a second object in the data case and a third which the Empire has at Imperial Station Reach Secure Facility, with 2 objects available now and third recoverable.
What did you find? A reason to go back to Imperial space.
Void building 7 spheres. We have 2 objects, third in Imperial custody. Astreus handles 3 targets. Recover the third object at Imperial Station Reach and deploy. Go now.
Who approaches? Station Reach the ship or the person?
The probe is here because it detected the signal. I can activate it. A Titan-scale energy pulse at close range. I know the math on our current survival rate.
Do it.
The probe is withdrawing.
"40 years ago, Captain Rostova's survey ship logged the finding and classification. But there was a second object.
Why did you hide it from the Empire?
Titan Messenger confirmed 4 targets. Not 4 most politically significant systems, but 4 at most critical structural phase of void constructors.
Which division maintains Station Reach, and what access code generation is used? Were extraction simulations updated?
What does threshold entity mean for the person who doesn't survive it?
The same thing it means for the person who does.
Do you have a way to handle this?
Emergency ion drive casing sealant. Bill it to Ashbone Crew Kit Science Gray Exchange.
The markup applies.
I am aware of the markup. Process the payment now.
It's him. The burn scar confirms it. Varyn is on the lower ring, heading to the fuel station.
The call you are making will bring Imperial units in 2 hours.
If those things are not addressed, this station will not have a station to reach.
What happens to them when this is over, for Max Sparks?
Nothing. Same thing as before, just with more context.
Warning. You have entered a restricted military zone. State your intentions immediately.
What stops you from going in and staying in?
Nothing. Except the 6 of you don't have a way to get the object without me, and you are the only thing standing between 4 systems and what happened to Verath.
Identify yourself and state your purpose. Why did you survive when the fleet did not?
We require a full report on the fleet loss event immediately.
It was a massacre.
What is the fleet status and number of survivors from the energy event?
Fleet status unknown. I escaped in a pod with Dr.
We have an intruder on level -7.
Response team mobilizing.
He's heading for the docking ring. Response time confirmed 4:30.
Transfer lock, level -6. Connects to maintenance corridors, then external service bay at the station's underside. Bypass the docking ring.
Object removed. Commander Varyn, access the case. No sign of current location.
Seal the service bay.
Service bay underside port. I need a pickup. I cannot carry the objects through vacuum without suit protection, and I do not have a vacuum suit.
Full thrust. Juno has the approach. Evasive maneuvers. Hold this course.
We've lost primary shields. Jettison now.
Hull integrity failing.
All three? All three.
We have 4 critical targets: Kael 7, Davin Station, Solus Reach, and Vareth Moon. The choice belongs to whoever goes to each target. Deployment requires physical placement at the sphere boundary. A person is exposed for 30 seconds. We do not know what that exposure does. The script was incomplete.
I take Kael 7.
Davin Station System.
I suppose I have the Solus Reach system.
The Ashbone can reach Kael 7, Davin, and Solus Reach in sequence. Hull integrity at arrival, 51%.
The Titan arrives 7 hours too late. They complete the sphere construction before we arrive.
7 hours. Unless we address the 4th target, the 2nd cycle.
Juno Rex sensor display at Kael 7. Void presence confirmed, not probe class. Sphere construction in progress. 22 maintenance constructs visible. Calculating military geometry.
The math is fine. The math has been fine before.
Kael 7 is done. Set course for Davin Station System. Varyn's target.
The Davin binary requires two simultaneous construction points, one for Davin A and one for Davin B. If we only use one
Why the size differential?
Size corresponds to the mass of the star it's calibrated to interrupt.
What mass?
It's a red dwarf, smaller than standard, not the Davin binary.
The Empire stored the right object for the wrong target.
They did not know there was a system.
Then who takes the Varath moon?
The station has 80 people. Can the Ashbone take 80 additional passengers?
12 hours.
We're here for 3 hours maximum. Get them aboard.
All right, everyone, keep moving inside. Find a space.
It's getting crowded in here. I can barely breathe.
Are you going to stop the things building around the stars?
Yes.
Davin Station's research on void material this past year produced one finding. Void sphere boundaries are acoustically vulnerable to target...
Give me the frequency.
Gamma 49er.
It matches. The Titan frequency transmission collapses the boundary. We can broadcast it remotely, nobody needs to be there.
The relay broadcast range is only 2,000 kilometers. That's not enough range for the build point.
We reposition the relay with its maintenance drive.
Can you broadcast the frequency from this ship?
The Ashbone's communication array cannot reach 180,000 kilometers at the required amplitude.
Can the relay?
With modifications, yes.
17 years ago, I wrote a report that said this would happen. It was filed. I am going to go do something about that now.
Interesting. The absorption profile appears to follow contact surface area rather than time duration.
Are you functional?
Yes, and the data is genuinely interesting.
Confirmation received. 3 complete. Astraeus, 2 addressed. 1 remaining. Varath Moon, Astraeus arrival 9 hours.
The primary sphere will decay without the moon's anchor. 237 officers are frozen inside.
I know.
Admiral Vael is inside that sphere.
I know.
The window is closing. I need that transmission calibrated immediately. We are running out of time.
What happened to the hands?
What happened? I held something very cold for a short time and it left a mark.
Does it hurt?
No. The sensation...
91% construction is more rigid. The frequency needs to match the resonance of a near-complete sphere boundary.
Entered. Ready on your signal.
The constructs are leaving the sphere undefended to stop Astraeus. The build point is clear. The relay can broadcast without interference.
Director Moss. Broadcast.
The first cycle ended by Astraeus alone at permanent diminishment. Each directed action costs Astraeus something that does not return.
What is that on your arm?
I don't know yet. Core says the data is interesting.
I'm gonna sleep.
Good idea.
Vael will want a report. What will it say?
The truth.
That report will get you court-martialed.
The alternative is a report that does not prepare the Empire.
What was that light? All hands, brace. Vereth's sphere is gone. Repeat, gone.
Rerouting power. Admiral, we have multiple contacts.
Varyn to fleet. Formation looks good. All ships hold steady on the Ashbone's position. Prepare for the next energy pulse from Astraeus.
Varyn to fleet. All primary systems nominal. Analyzing debris dissipation and confirming Astraeus pulse signature stabilization.
Commander Varyn, you will transfer yourself and all Imperial personnel to the Meridian immediately. The rebel vessel will hold position and...
8 to 6 civilians from Davin Station require transfer to appropriate care. I request shuttle capacity for them before I transfer.
Single file, hands visible. Move quickly through the checkpoint. Next group, prepare for boarding.
Will the stars be okay?
The ones we could reach, yes.
The case goes with you. If the Empire takes it without your commentary, you are the commentary.
That is a reasonable assessment.
I know.
If the report does what you said it will do, the Empire comes after us differently. Not as rebels.
Yes.
Then you've made our situation more complicated.
Varyn, you look like 72 hours.
I have a report, Admiral.
You have a court-martial, Commander. The report comes after.
The Void is building a 7-sphere system, Admiral. A second attempt at a construction pattern that destroyed the previous galactic civilization 10,000 years ago.
Core, the data case. What is in it?
17 years of evidence, Admiral. Presented in the order in which it was suppressed.
38 hours. What do you need for Davin B?
The Meridian's communication array can produce the required amplitude. Therefore, the hull must position itself within 2,000 kilometers of... Set fleet course for Davin Station System. All 14 vessels. Jump in 30 minutes. Have the fleet commanders on a channel in 10. Technical calibration required.
He said rebel vessel.
He did.
Not rebel ship. Not rebel freighter. Rebel vessel. That's a classification upgrade. Not detained. He did not say not arrested after.
Correct. Correct. So after Davin B. After Davin B, we figure out what's next.
The data confirms everything, Admiral.
The objects, all 3 deployed. Can the coordinate structure produce more?
The messenger said nothing about it.
Then find out.
You held one of the objects at a sphere boundary for 30 seconds and continued the operation. Calibrate the frequency.
Yes. Yes.
SC-223. Wide exterior meridian on approach to Zone 2 Nexus Center. Gravitational compression at 340% affects engines at 15% higher effort.
The build rate increased.
In the last 20 minutes. The profile is denser at the active point than it was at approach.
Good eye.
Maintain approach. All batteries continue fire. Hull damage reports every 3 minutes. Navigation. Do not deviate.
Varyn reports Titan frequency response from the construct. Copy that. All frigates, break formation and engage the flanking vector immediately.
Construct force split confirmed. 26 on the Meridian, 18 on the frigate group.
Good. Now watch what they do when they reach the frigates.
Resonance impacts confirmed. Shields holding at 70%.
Vectoring away from the constructs. Evasive pattern Sierra.
Acknowledged. We must hold until Meridian arrives.
$2,000. Core. Now.
Ceasefire status.
Negative. Commander Vale's orders stand. Continue bombardment.
Cannons maintaining fire.
All batteries, cease fire.
Cease.
Vector 640, somebody history of crime meeting.
Three concepts: separation, remember, and one I cannot fully parse it is closest to we were not always this.
26 Void maintenance constructs departing de Haven system, accelerating on conventional drive signatures. The sensor display is tracking them as their signatures fade with distance.
The war between us is a waste of capability we cannot afford.
You have been fighting that war for 11 years.
I have. I intend to win it.
People who died because of orders you signed. I'm not going to pretend that impractical is the word that covers what that means.
But I know what a third cycle means.
Not amnesty, I do not have unilateral authority. A temporary operational designation, Rebel Network personnel classified as independent contractors under emergency intelligence protocol I can invoke.
Ghost, I want them acknowledged as names.
In writing.
Over your signature.
Done. And the Ashbone is mine.
This does not make us allies.
No. It makes us people with the same problem.
He acknowledged the 11 names?
In writing.
Over his signature.
He would not have agreed if he did not understand
the report.
He understood the report. He understood all of it. 17 years.
I know. In writing. His signature.
Yes.
Well?
We have a problem. It is the same problem we've always had. The terms of the problem have changed.
The Void is planning a third cycle.
Yes. Then we don't have the luxury of the answer we want.
I joined the rebellion because the Empire was going to consume everything eventually. Turns out something else got here first.
Same problem, different source. I'm in.
Do not destroy, restore if the memory holds.
The Void Legion and the Titan Network are the same civilization. The constructs are heading home to the structure built by Astraeus.
Recall the 3 fleet elements. Do it now.
Recall to Davin system. Immediate. Execute. If you are wrong, I will need to account for that decision.
If I am wrong, the decision will be mine.
Set a course for the dark matter reef.
We still have 4% fuel.
We have 4% fuel and we're going to the dark matter reef.
Acknowledged.
properties, do you?
What do you think we'll find?
The same thing we found the first time, but the room will be more full.
26 void constructs and in the same room.
Hold position. Do not approach the structure. Wait for the constructs.
The structure's surface temperature is elevated compared to the probe record. It's warm, not mechanically, biologically.
It's expecting company.
If the constructs engage aggressively inside the structure, Core's reading becomes incorrect. What do we do?
We cannot fight them inside a Titan structure without destroying it.
We're here. 4% fuel. All systems nominal by our definition of nominal.
Approach. Minimum speed.
Frequency stabilization is nominal. Visual spectrum shifts confirm morphological restructuring. Thermal output is spiking across all...
Commander, passive sweep detected a local void signal near the reef. Trajectory confirmed, velocity is impossible for standard drives.
We have 4 hours.
Convergence. The Meridian cannot stop 17 Void command units long enough for the process inside the structure to complete.
What can the Meridian do?
Delay.
Fleet Command, this is Meridian SC-278. Intercepting Void units at the reef. Hull integrity compromised but functional. We are engaging.
The absorbed boundary material functions as a conductor between the human tissue and the Titan.
Do not destroy, restore if the memory holds.
Versions. Void formation at 200,000 kilometers.
Broadcast window opens in 4 minutes.
We need 47 minutes. We have 12.
Contact. Planetary mass. Sir, it's Astreus.
Kharatun. Vorlag. The deep silence ends.
Signal override established. All units, cease engagement. Withdraw from the reef structure immediately. Acknowledged Meridian transmission.
Document this. Every sensor output. Everything.
Already running, sir. Full capture all bands.
Good.
The process completed at the mark. 26 subformed Titan entities restored to Titan material coherence after 10,000 years of void material enclosure.
Klarakvash, Tundarak Vorlag.
The ancient frequency resonates. The script is alive. Broadcast initiated. Cycle synchronization achieved.
They become Titan subforms. We would be targeting a Titan entity.
I am aware. Stand down weapons. Safe the batteries.
All batteries safe. Confirmed.
We have the life support for 14 hours.
Then we have margin.
Nova. The arm.
I know.
The extension past the wrist.
I know. It doesn't hurt.
So the void is not gone.
The void's source of direction has changed. What the remaining void units do with that change? Unknown.
The void units that remain will continue operating.
Yeah, Vice.
Davin A's partial collapse is not permanent, and Davin B will rebuild.
The reef is a conductor. The coordinate structure's output at current amplitude propagates through the reef at full effect range up to 40,000 kilometers. Any void unit that comes within propagation range, willingly or not, begins the reversal.
The reef is a fixed location.
The structure does not need to move. The void comes to it.
You did this.
We did this.
Everyone is going to want a piece of what comes next.
Yes.
This recording, the translation software, the frequency calibration data, the absorption profile, this is everything.
That is the point. I don't know yet. I intend to find out.
200 to 400 void units at documented locations not in proper range remain unchanged.
The court-martial.
We need to bring them here, all of them, which means we need to know where they are.
That is an intelligence operation.
Yes.
That is a long operation.
Yes.
Nice. On the height.
Imperial Intelligence Network has 32 documented void unit contact events since First Sphere appeared on the locations and the frequencies.
The sphere boundary material in the tissue is structurally stable. The material mobilized in the tissue during sustained Titan frequency interface.
Command Center SC-327. Steady state confirmed. All teams maintain current operational parameters. Research data flow stable.
The Varath system. No star.
No.
Can the void sphere's former location be used for the distribution model?
Later.
Nova Ren.
Kael Varyn.
The Ashbone needs fuel and structural repair. We're within range of the Kaleth depot.
Authorized. Core stays at the reef.
Core is still in the room and enthusiastically agrees to that.
Hull inspection complete. Starboard patch compromised.
Copy that. Prioritize critical repairs 1 through 6 immediately. We can't take on the remaining fuel otherwise.
The situation has changed enough that the old walls are not where the new walls are.
48 hours, the hull needs 60 hours of depot work.
Then 60 hours.
Levels remain stable, Doctor. No change in the discoloration index.
Acknowledged.
What's the status on the distribution model?
The distribution model gives us 5 concentration zones. We need a second restoration point.
The messenger said there were instructions in the coordinate structure.
Where did the messenger say that?
Core scene 61.
You made an agreement with Vael without consulting the network.
There was no time for consultation.
There is always time for consultation.
Hull integrity increased to 41%. Port drive casing seal replaced, now at 97%. Sensor array 4 new nodes installed, 85% operational.
They didn't fix the list.
No.
They said it would need a dry dock.
Yes.
We're not going to a dry dock.
Not soon.
The reef has stabilized. All Meridian vessels return to operational assignments. Astraeus holding position. Signal acquisition confirmed on the outer units.
Secondary points established using Titan subforms as biological anchors combined with dark matter substrate. Compressed node functions as conductor medium, subforms build structure biologically.
Forced aid.
Good. The 4 subforms still bioluminescent script active biological pulse contributing to reef medium at Astraeus rhythm present, choosing to remain.
The third cycle will not replicate the second. The command unit's restoration changes the Void's operational directive at the command level.
Zone 2 is the Void's equivalent of the assembly point.
A void succession point, a new command structure forming from the units that didn't receive the restoration signal.
Yes.
Increase speed to maximum Zone 2 in 9 hours. Core, I need the calibration for a compressed space Titan frequency broadcast.
The Rebel Network briefing, they accepted the agreement.
They want to review the full record, but they didn't reject it.
That's not the same as accepted.
No, it's the same as working with what we have, which is all we've been doing.
Succession not complete. 5 units still broadcasting, still processing.
Bridge, status report. Seal that breach in 4A. Activate fire suppression in Section 9B. Get structural integrity teams to 12D immediately.
The 5 succession units aren't firing.
They're occupied.
Which means they're not watching the Ashbone.
We have 4%, 80% now.
Locking target. I need stability now, Rice.
Taking heavy fire. Rerouting power to shields. Hull breach confirmed Section 3.
Meridian Control, this is KORR. Consensus broadcast initiated, holding at 63%.
Broadcast.
Oh.
The ceasefire command is unauthorized. All Void units are going dark.
Meridian at Zone 2. Hull integrity 47%, lower than Ashbone was at Verath. Emergency seals are holding at 2 of the 3 damaged sections.
The 16 units will complete over 8 to 48 hours.
The Zone 2 Nexus has 21 Titan subforms.
The compression amplifier.
Final Void unit completing restoration. 21 Titan subforms broadcasting together at Titan frequency, amplifying combined output.
Heard?
2 operational restoration points to the coordinate structure.
Zystra structure and Zone 2. 5 more natural nexus points in the sector. The 8 subforms en route to Zone 1.
I will need to restructure 4 fleet elements for this operation, and rotational assignment to nexus points, and the reef, and the dispersal.
Ashbone actual, you are clear for approach. Maintain current frequency.
Reading you control. Deploying stabilization protocols now.
My expanded survey protocols confirm the geothermal anomalies beyond the reef.
Excellent. The energy signatures correlate with the initial scans.
Flow rate stable. Initiating sequence 39er.
Confirmed. Control. Sending authorization codes now.
The marking called you by name in the translation. Core said it was untranslatable and the Titan equivalent of a proper name. Do you have a name in any language I know?
Zone 1 report, Rebel cell monitoring. Documented void concentration using core calibration vocabulary. 8 subforms, 34 void units. Restoration beginning in the 6 nearest.
Give me a status update.
All navigation streams confirmed.
Hull integrity remains at 41%.
This is Admiral Holt. Status report on the Ashbone structure. I've waited 4 weeks for this briefing.
A pity about the arm. The other one seems fine. We all carry scars from that day, Admiral. Physical and otherwise.
Coordinate structure function 31 subforms. The 18-month timeline for the 6 nexus points forming 8 subforms at Zone 1.
After 4 years of signals, you finally show up in person.
I had to see the structure for myself, Nova.
Now that you are both here, we can begin.
We need immediate resolution on the Zone 3 conflict coordination. The void probe analysis is complete, and the third item requires asset deployment here.
Zone 3 Nexus compression is critical at 280%. Finn's patrol and the rebel freighter initiated independent restoration efforts, resulting in unavoidable institutional friction.
The 4-kilometer probe detected 3 days ago, 800,000 clicks out. It's holding position on conventional drive, broadcasting between frequency.
And the Titan response?
The probe is 4 kilometers and armed with void resonance capability at 800,000 kilometers. It is at edge of Reef's propagation range, receiving sub-threshold Titan frequency.
If the probe completes its approach and then initiates combat,
The Reef operation ends.
everything we have built here ends.
Yes.
I have 12 cells in the field. None of them have the training to identify a void unit in partial restoration state approaching their position and make the decision T.
It's been following the rebel ship for 11 days. The Titan broadcast failed.
It won't attack, it won't withdraw.
In the period between first and second cycles, 10,000 years, the void rebuilt. And the rebuilding required void material, where
the command unit recognizes the fragment unit's material signature, the entity's recognition of something from a very long time ago visible only in instruments.
The approach contact with the absorbed material, and you press the forearm against the messenger.
And the contact worked because the messenger's surface is Titan Christ.
If absorbed sphere boundary material in Nova's tissue makes contact through degraded outer void layer with fragment unit's intermediate Titan layer, Day 1 to 11, constant same distance. First I thought it was waiting to attack, now I don't know what it's doing.
Material composition slightly different from the original FAR. Command unit at 45%. Astreus pulse initiated. All 6 nexus points active. Finn's vessel arrived. Communication deepening.
The Empire wants to formalize our role, and a legal framework means we are operating inside their legal structure, which means we are subject to their legal.
The war's status, the Empire has not ended its political designation of the rebel network as an insurgent organization and the Co.
Turning your attention to the display, specifically Article 4.2, we have ensured that the specific protections outlined here satisfy Imperial mandates regarding resource allocation.
By the stars, look where we stand.
Kael 7 is lost. Solus is surrounded.
It started here, right here on Verath.
Section 12, formal acknowledgement of Imperial military personnel lost in the recent conflict engagement. We honor the 11 names recorded here.
Void unit presence decreasing, dispersing toward nexus points. The command signal is propagating now.
The strategic picture confirms the operation is working at scale.
Yes.
Rear Admiral.
Yes. Does that change anything about how you operate at the reef?
It gives me more authority to allocate fleet resources.
Restoration rate accelerating since month 7. 18-month estimate likely met at month 14 based on acceleration.
What?
Self-reinforcing nature visible in the numbers.
SC-476 core integration is complete. We have full Titan material reveal.
Luminescence stabilizing at plus 30 Celsius. All systems nominal.
Those who carried the signal struck. The command unit's Titan script on entire 6-kilometer surface active at full command class amplitude.
Paper 312 pages published, and the translation ends with, "Thank you."
Second cycle is ended. No further sphere construction authorized or sanctioned. All units operating on second cycle directives, the directive is rescinded. All units capable of receiving this transmission.
Void unit signatures approaching 6 nexus points in reef. The rate of change makes 14 months of manual operation look like preparation. The pulse rhythm corresponds to a word your species uses. The closest word? Patience. 10,000 years of patience.
It's interfacing with the void enclosure surfaces.
We need to isolate the outer 20% now.
We take the Ashbone to the outer 20%. 28 to 92 days contact approach for each unit individually. Juno handles
The hybrid material in Nova's hand is showing a 45-second dissolution mechanism. Subsequent penetration confirms internal withdrawal initiation and palm mark accumulation. Vale, I need continuous monitoring on those nexus points. Juno, confirm the logistics for the Ashbone fleet rotation.
We must stabilize the influx trajectory now.
Day 23. I've flown this ship through 3-sphere boundary approach.
SC-499, wide shot Ashbone in outer boundary region, 4-day 40 relay chain signal strength at 12% of threshold required for standard restoration, not enough for frequency-based approach.
Varyn, this is Juno. We need an update on the incoming Void unit status. We're 30 Mike 42 out from the reef.
"47 units contacted, all confirmed in internal withdrawal before departure. Relay chain at outer boundary confirmed at full restoration threshold amplitude as of 5 days ago."
Month 17 coordination model sector-wide void unit status. Restored at reef and nexus points 447. Restored from outer boundary contact operation 47.
Since Zone 3, a confirmation received.
Zone 3.
None of that is in the document we just signed.
No, 9. No, it will be in the next document, which we write next.
After 18 months of this.
The coordinate structure has served its purpose for this cycle, and the nexus points are established.
The forward assessment section confirms permanent designation reef coordination point nexus point status. Framework renewal recommendation is critical if operation continues at current capacity.
Varyn asked what was on the other side of the static. And
Nobody knew.
now I'm standing at the entrance of the answer to that.
The fracture is not healed. The entities who were separated from the Titan network and became what your records call the Void. They are restored in this sector.
The Ashbone has 80% fuel.
Year 2 communication scope covers other fracture events. The Rebel network, 11 years running, now includes the Verath Accords. Our
The material in your hand you carry. Every contact, The boundary. Waypoint accepted. Transit time, 18 days. Activating expanded survey protocol. Mission profile.
Resist.
The expanded survey, 18 days to first waypoint, no known void locations at waypoint, no established protocol for what we're surveying.
We're going somewhere personal, correct?
The forward assessment correction is with High Command. I expect 60 days to process.
60 days? The survey waypoint is 18 days out. The sector clearance confirmed in month 18 of the Varatha Corporation represents the completion of one cycle of a process. Recognition confirms a 67% match, but 33% remains unknown. It's the same language, but diverged roughly 3,000 years ago.
The entity's Titan substrate reached internal recognition, a 22-second rhythm produced for the first time at full strength from inside.
Entity at 30% Titan material revealed. Blue-white output increasing as more substrate becomes visible. Entity's pulse detectable on ashbone sensors at increasing amplitude.
The second fracture event is a propagation wave from the first event, converting uninvolved entities to void state against their original form.
The full restoration broadcast just triggered a pulse response. 34 void units confirmed within the detection radius of the second structure.
The material in your hand. I recognize it.
SC-554, wide shot deep space around second structure sensor display. 34 units status updating every 2 hours. Through light effect advancing on all 34.
At this rate, the 34 restoring in sequence, and each one adding to broadcast range. Full restoration of Thor will be complete in 4 days.
Not?
We go to the third coordinate and then the fourth, no argument, no surprise. And the ship has been going toward the next coordinate since the first probe sig.
Second coordinate logged. Rerouting to the third.
Confirmed. Adjusting profile for optimized burn.
Hull integrity holding steady at 41%.
SC-561, wide aerial ashbone exiting jump at third coordinate, third structure, different geometry, again 4 kilometers diameter, built in region of mild gravitational turbulence, 8,000 years old.
SC-567, day 6, 48 of 61 units restored, running fuel check, 49% remaining, enough for fourth coordinate, tight but within operational tolerance. Three fracture events, 3 structures, 3 contact events, 3 self-propagating restorations. Pattern 1 contact starts each cycle, the cycles complete themselves.
The math is absolute. 28% only gets us to the reef.
Confirmed. Locking in Route 1 trajectory now.
The 5th signal gets logged and transmitted to the reef. We return to the reef, resupply, and come back.
Return time to reef, 31 days.
The 5th signal has been identified and logged.
The 5th signal frequency core set it. Warm golden first chamber debriefing the key question forming.
The 5th signal.
Yes, I know it. The fracture created 2 categories of separated entities. The first, those who were changed into void state.
The translation is stabilizing. It confirms the location of the fracture point.
And the energy signature matches the Titan entity.
Translation complete. The 5th signal entity has no coordinate structure. It is broadcasting alone into the severed connection.
Resupply lines locked. Initiating fuel transfer sequence.
Acknowledged. Transmitting data packet 5 now.
Attention Nova Ren. Mission parameters updated. Proceed to extraction point immediately.